I'm Jimi Hendrick, and this is episode 106, Wrong Track, on Empower Your Pattern 2.0. Did you know that there are success principles that can teach you to achieve more? To enjoy and live a better and extraordinary life right now? Well, I'm Jimi Hendrick, a motivational speaker, success, confidence, and thrive coach, a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I'm here to teach you these success principles. Let's go. Okay, the story moves forward to late February, possibly early March of 1996. And Dr. Jerry Murchison is insisting that we go to this journalistic roundtable in Mass Comm Week at Texas Tech. Okay, I go there with one question in mind. Can a journalism major be a good pre-law major for law school? I asked that question, and one of the top anchors, one of the top news networks, he said, "Sir, I think you picked the wrong field." I came out of that lecture hall just feeling defeated. Like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? So I looked up Kevin. He said, "Jimmy, man, I'm sorry, I could have told you that. I know why you're interested in law school now, and it's because, our mass communications law professor taught it in such a way that got you interested." He said, "Man, you'd be better off minoring in mass communications and ditch the journalism track. What you need to do is just think about it and pray about it and see what's a good fit." Okay? Back in those days, I was majoring in political science. I was minoring in political science. And, of course, I was taking international law. Beginning of the semester, he quoted who I believe was Oliver Wendell Holmes. I'm not sure exactly. Said, "Law is politics." Well, in a way, that's right. In a way, that's right if you take out the reactiveness and everything. Because political goes to the slant and the mood of the country. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. And you may be young, like in college, or in midlife, and you're on a dead-end career that's reactive, and you know that it's not helping your success. Well, then there you go. That's your problem. You need to find a career path that can lead you to your dreams. What is the one thing you could do? There's something Delatoro McNeil II, he said on Daystar TV. He said, "What can I do if I knew? What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail?" What's the part article he said? He says, "What's your passion? What's your path on? What's your passion?" And crazily, I thought that broadcast journalism would be my path to be a political talk show host, and then eventually in politics. But here's the thing. I learned that journalism school doesn't really train you to be objectively like they say you do. So, seriously, if you feel like you're on the wrong track, if you haven't already because of COVID-19, or as a friend and I like to call it, the devil virus, pivot. See, that's the problem in this day and age. People don't know how to pivot. And see, that time, late February, early March of 1996, that's what my friend Kevin was teaching me to do, was pivot. Because none of the mass communications majors was his major. At the time, he majored in marketing and minored in mass communications. And he was a brilliant, he's a brilliant man, a good soul. I try to keep in touch with him as regularly as I can, via email. He's a good, respectable person. And so, the thing is this. If you feel like you're stuck in a dead-end job, you're dead-end job or just over broke, you need to blow that sucker up and pivot, okay? You need to blow it up and pivot. Because I'll tell you something. That the stuff, the kernels of knowledge that Kevin was giving me at that point was helping me pivot. Was helping me grow. Because Dr. Murchison wasn't. I don't know. It seems to be when you're reactive, you pretend to be something that you ain't. That's something else. We're like one of the old metal songs says, you can't be something you're not. About a year before that, I cut my teeth on that song. And of course, I don't really like the tone of the song. But that's one thing that's true. And to be honest with you, I would sing that song to our reactive culture. I might clean some things up, if you know what I mean. But see, our reactive culture has lost our ability to have respect and to walk out what we say. And so if you're in a dead-end career, especially with people that are reactive, and they say one thing and mean another, and we may talk about this later on in the series, I don't know. I've been considering how to really approach this. But the reality is, late February, early March 1996, I was still trying to dig my way out of depression from my grandmother passing away. Kevin was a big help, because at the end of the week, I'd be so saturated with what I learned in journalism school, and I would just want to hide under the covers and not do anything. And on the weekends. But the good news was Kevin was always trying to coach me out of it. And by late February, early March, he's like, Jimmy, I'm afraid you're on the wrong track, man. He said, if I had known you when you started out, I would have helped you. Because you see, We only met the fall semester before in 1995 in mass communications law class. But you see, the thing is, you should feeling blue because you don't have a career that pumps you up to complete your dream and your success and the significance that God's called you to. It's time to do some serious prayer and throw it aside, because it'll drag you down. It's kind of like what I talked about yesterday. If you associate with idiots and numbskulls, well then you're going to get idiot and numbskull food. Okay? You need to understand that. Because if you're on the wrong track, it's time to pivot. Hope you've enjoyed listening to Empower Your Pattern 2.0. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Become a part of the citizenry of Pattern Realm. This is Jimi Hendrix saying until next time. Don't just sit there and take it. Build your dreams so you can take it. Do what others don't so you can be what others want. Do what others don't so you can have what others can't. Choose, act, and pursue happiness. God bless y'all, and please, take care.